Men need help from the women in their lives. If you're a woman and you want to help your guy, friend, son, brother, significant other, or husband, this is for you. How women can help men is an important subject. First of all, yes, men need your help. The fact is, we all need each other's help. As much as any of us, men or women, may at times like to think we don't need others, it just isn't so. Men need other men in their lives. Women need women. And of course, men and women need each other. In most ways, men and women complement one another. Now, our needs are not all the same. All men are not the same. All women are not the same. There is no simple cookie cutter mold that fits all men or women. And that's great. That diversity makes us, well, interesting. Nonetheless, there are many characteristics that hold true for many, if not most, men. And I'll speak to those characteristics, relying on my own research and practical experience as a man who is also a son, brother, boyfriend, husband, and father now to 3 adult kids, including 2 sons of my own. I've also mentored many men through different seasons of life. As a leader in the nonprofit and for-profit spaces, a lifestyle coach to men, Little League baseball coach, business consultant, financial director, and other roles. I want to make men better. Each man the best man he can become. And I know you do too, so let's jump in here. I want to cover 3 subjects briefly in this talk. First, I want to talk about the things that don't work with men. 3 things women are sometimes tempted to try, thinking it will help, but they almost always never will work with men. Then I'll offer the ways women can help the men who are their romantic partners, how you can help your boyfriends and husbands. And third and finally, some specific ideas for you mothers out there, how moms can help their sons. So let's talk about a couple of the things that do not work for men. 2 things that women might be tempted to try, thinking it will help them, but it probably won't. First, one thing that will not work is trying to change him. If you try to change a man, you'll probably both end up frustrated. Now, I think it's true that no one, either men or women, wants anyone to try to change them. We all resist that. But here's what is interesting. Few men enter a relationship with a woman thinking he will change her. If a man is interested in a woman romantically and she has certain habits and hobbies or priorities in her life that he doesn't like, that he probably would prefer she didn't have, he doesn't tend to think he can change her in the future. Men don't tend to think they can change a woman. He may hope that she makes changes, but he probably won't count on causing those changes himself. On the other hand, it's more common for a woman to recognize that a guy she likes or even loves has habits, hobbies, or priorities she doesn't like, that she would prefer he not have, but she believes she will change him over time. One way or another, she will convince him to change that habit or hobby or priority. Let me tell you, it almost never happens. And when it doesn't work, you'll both end up frustrated and disappointed. Now look, I want this to be preventative medicine for you. I want to prevent you from having a broken heart. Don't enter into a relationship with a man who has parts of his life that are unacceptable to you. Don't expect that you will change him. This is what I recommend to women. Know yourself well. Know who the best type of man is for you to be happy. His attributes will fall into one of 2 categories for you: negotiables and non-negotiables. The negotiable characteristics of any guy are the things you would like him to value and prioritize. You would like him to value those things, but you could live without them. Look, you might really want him to be into fashion, but you'll live if he isn't. That's a negotiable for you. You might really want him to be into sports, but you'll live if he isn't. You might really want him to not go golfing with his friends every week, but you'll live if he does. What are your negotiables? Look, if he never goes to the gym now, don't expect that he will because you do. If he plays video games for 3 hours every night, don't expect that he'll stop once you are committed. If that is negotiable for you, okay. If it isn't, don't expect that you will be able to convince him to change in the future. Okay? But then know your non-negotiables. Know what you value highly that you simply cannot compromise on and be happy. For you to commit to a serious relationship, he must share your values, those core values. If you know that you want kids of your own someday, don't commit to a guy who swears it will never happen. If you want your man to love going to church with you every Sunday, don't commit to a guy who chooses never to go now. If you hate sports with a passion and think they're stupid, a complete waste of time, don't commit to a guy now who holds season tickets to multiple sports and is in 3 fantasy football leagues. So know your non-negotiables. Don't allow yourself to fall in love with a man whose non-negotiables are different than yours. Save your heart for a man who values and shares your values for both of your sakes, for the sake of your potential kids and your future life. Don't expect that you will change him. Changing him won't work, but I'll tell you what might work: encouragement. Men need encouragement. Women need encouragement as well, of course, but men definitely do, more than you think. They really need your support. If you encourage a man to understand his values and pursue those for his own sake, that will go a long way. If he sees it as you trying to change him into what you want him to be, he'll resist. But if you can inspire him through words of encouragement to become the man he wants to become, you might see real changes. Think about pretty much every movie or novel with a male hero. The classic hero's journey usually includes a moment of self-doubt. The hero doesn't think he can do what is needed of him. He doesn't have what it takes. He will fail and let everyone down. Then a woman speaks into his heart and mind. She tells them that she believes in him. Even if he doesn't succeed, she knows he will give his best. And her words of encouragement are exactly what he needs. And he strikes off to save the world. Now, Hollywood writers know what sells, what inspires men. Men are inspired by the encouragement of the women in their lives. So be as encouraging as you can be. Men are not well motivated by criticism. Men are not as confident in themselves as they desperately try to convince you that they are. They can be fragile. So try to shower him with encouragement. Celebrate his successes. All right, a second thing that doesn't work with men is passive aggression. Now, passive aggression occurs when we're angry and frustrated with someone in one area, and instead of confronting or addressing that area directly, we strike back at them in another area of the relationship. Look, everyone has used passive aggression before. Usually it's when we're afraid to confront someone directly or know that they won't see it our way. So we hit them through the side door. For passive aggression to work, though, meaning for it to cause someone to change what they're doing, they must understand the connection between the thing they're doing wrong and what you're punishing them with. You see, if they don't understand the cause of your frustration, you aren't helping things because they don't know why you're punishing them in a different area of the relationship. So here's the thing about many men. Men don't always get relational subtlety and nuance, especially when it comes from a woman. They just don't. So if you're frustrated with him in one area of the relationship, the best thing is just to be direct. Don't avoid the subject. Just be clear and then have a good discussion with him that he understands. If you're frustrated in one area, don't withhold affection from him in another area. Try to avoid using the dreaded silent treatment. These strategies just don't work with men. So for your own sake, find a better strategy. And that strategy might be using more direct communication. I bet that's exactly what you want him to give you, right? Okay, we talked about what doesn't work with men. So let's talk about what does work. First, what works for a woman who wants to help her boyfriend, partner, or spouse. The first piece of advice is a reminder to understand yourself well and what your needs are from a man. Once you really understand yourself and your needs, then you can evaluate men in a healthy way. So once you know yourself, you can evaluate him in a healthy way and realistic way. So know your core values, those non-negotiables, and then don't compromise. No guy is worth it. But also know your negotiables. Know what you can live with and be happy. Don't pass on a good guy because of something that you can actually be okay with. Don't have such a high standard of perfection that no guy can really live up to. Now, don't compromise your values, but be willing to accept differences. And remember, If you'll need to change him for you to be happy, he probably isn't the man for you. Second, learn when to use subtlety and when to be crystal clear. One aspect of romance between men and women is the mysteriousness of it. Men and women don't really understand each other. We're left to guess and wonder sometimes. Why do men do this? Why do women do that? That's the mystery of it. So use that mysteriousness when appropriate. Leave him little hints. Keep him guessing and build suspense. But at the same time, don't expect him to read your mind. Men suck at reading women's minds. If you can tell that he isn't getting the hint, be clear. If you want to help your romantic pursuits when he isn't getting your subtlety, be crystal clear. And then third, discover how he best receives love. Now, this is true for all types of romantic relationships, and it's true for both you and him. If he needs you to speak encouraging words into his heart, do it. If words don't mean as much to him as time together watching a movie, do it. If he really needs physical touch to feel a connection and you have a real level of commitment in the relationship, meet that need. Whether it's simply holding hands or a hug, he will receive it. And make sure that you communicate to him as well. Let him know how you best receive love. If it is his time and attention that you need, most more than anything, tell him that. Or if it's him helping you in some way. Or if you need physical touch, let him know. Again, men don't get subtlety and they really don't understand women. So communicate your needs to him clearly. Don't assume he already knows. All right, good stuff. Now I want to talk about one more significant way that women can help the men in their lives, and that's how mothers can help their sons. 3 ways here that moms can help their sons. The first is about your mindset as a mother or as a parent. What is the number one goal of parenting? What should a mother or father have as their primary goal when raising their boys and preparing them to become men? It isn't to make your son happy. It is not to make him comfortable. It's not to help him win trophies. It's not to get him into a major university. No, the number one goal for a parent in raising their son is to prepare him to be independent. It's to prepare him to have a strong, independent mind and to get the heck out of your home at the appropriate time and make his way in the world. This is what men need. Yes, you want him to call you every week. You want him to spend time with you on the holidays, weekends, and birthdays. But he needs you to prepare him to not need you in order to make his own decisions. Look, men are biologically wired for independence from their mom and dad. But our society has in some ways stunted independence. But that is not actually healthy for young men. So moms, I encourage you in everything you do in raising your son from birth, think about how you are preparing him to be independent someday, to actually not need you for his daily needs. So think about it this way. Think about how wonderful it was when your son was 3 years of age and you asked him, "Do you love mommy?" And he said, "Yes, I love you, mommy." Wow, precious words to be treasured in your heart forever. But I'll tell you something that is just as meaningful and perhaps even more meaningful is when he's 25 years old, when he has the option not to love you. Now look, when he was 3 years old, there was really no other option, was there? You were all he knew. But when he is 25 and he has every other relationship available to him, when he's busy at work and at school and with friends and a romantic relationship, when he has adult stresses and ambitions, when at that age and stage of his life, he looks you in the eyes and says from his heart, "I love you, Mom." Now that carries a different meaning than it did when he was 3. He is choosing to love you independently when he could choose otherwise. So moms, in everything you do, prepare him now to be an independent man tomorrow. He will thank you for it. His future spouse or partner will thank you for it. And it might just free up your basement about 5 years earlier. Encourage him to think critically, not just to go with the flow around him, to ask real questions. And you know that it will require some tough love now and then. Okay, so here's a second thing moms can do to help their sons. Help your son find role models worthy of modeling himself after. Boys need models of men who live good lives, who do great things, who make a difference. The shortest path to learning a skill is to watch someone else do it, and better yet, to have them teach you how to do it. And this is true for character formation as well. Boys best learn how to become good men by watching other men do it. My mom was heroic at this at times. Look, when my biological father left, suddenly when I was 9 years old, never to be seen again, it was just me, my young mom, and my 2 sisters at home. I had no male role models around me in my life. I had no brothers, uncles, grandfathers, or cousins in my life then. I had no great male coaches or neighbors or teachers to watch and learn from. My mom tried so many ways to help me, even though I was resistant. You see, after my father left, and after what he had put me through before he left, I was an angry, sarcastic, and defiant little monster. I didn't trust anyone, especially men. But she just kept trying to help me. I remember when she signed me up for Cub Scouts and connected me with the dad who was the pack leader. Well, I caused big problems and got kicked out a few weeks later. Well, she signed me up for the Big Brother program. A really nice guy was trying to help me. He took me to a college football game, which I should have been grateful for. But I ditched him at the game and left on my own. That poor guy thought he lost little Scotty. My mom took me to church and found youth leaders who could be kind to me, but it took a long time for me to begin to trust any man as a model for my life. And then my mom eventually remarried, and although my new stepfather was a very good man, we had a lot of conflict in the first years, but he was patient with me. Moms, do your best to help your son find and discover role models. Discover what interests him and then steer him toward good models in that field. I was always into sports. My mom would buy me books and check out books at the library about professional athletes who were also good people. Learn about work ethic, commitment, and giving back. I remember when I was really into studying the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. after writing a school paper about his life. My mom helped me to find as many books as we could find, biography and books King's had written. She listened to me recite his I Have a Dream speech over and over. Does your son like skateboarding? Steer him to learn about skateboarders who have started great companies or charities, those who are great fathers and leaders. Does he like computers and technology? Find similar stories of leaders who are worth emulating. Does he have a good teacher or a coach? A friend's dad who does things well? Encourage him to find good role models and follow them. Okay, moms, prepare him to be independent and help him find worthy role models of modeling himself after. And third and finally, always strive to be clear and direct with him about what you expect of him. What you expect of him now and what you expect of him in the future. Help him to create a standard for his own conduct and then hold him to that standard. Now, it's easy to compromise. Don't. Teach him to set a new goal every day and hold him accountable to his effort. Use encouragement, use motivation, use consequences. Boys need there to be consequences for their actions, good and bad. Again, the primary goal of parenting is not to make your kids happy. It's not to make them comfortable. It's to prepare them to be fully functioning, independent adults. Try not to settle for just making your son happy today. Try not to just settle for making him comfortable today. Challenge him to improve. Challenge him to know how powerful his one life can become. Help him develop the skill of overcoming challenges and obstacles now so that he'll be an expert tomorrow. Don't help him avoid challenges. Don't find the easy path. Don't raise a man who is still a boy inside. I hope that his father or another man shares this critical task with you. But this is a high calling for a mother and a great gift she can give her son. All right, let me wrap this talk up with this thought. Men want to be good men. Now, there is no single definition of a good man, but because every man is different. But every boy and every man strive to become the best they can become. The best son, the best father, the best boyfriend, the best husband, best friend he can become. Thank you, women, for wanting to help him become a good man. He does need you, even when he denies it. We need each other. This is Scott Ross from the New Men channel. Please subscribe to this channel. Share this video with those in your life who might find it helpful. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.